to Pia Talks, and I am super excited because the Real Housewives of New York are back. Oh my gosh, I can tell you that I am so excited. I love the Real Housewives of New York. However, this episode, even though it's the first episode, like right out of the gates, first episode, Real Housewives New York, season 12, episode 1, they are coming at you right off, and I am super excited. So let's get into it. The episode starts off with everybody finding out that Bethany is not coming back. It seems like all the girls except for Luann and Ramona are, pretty sad about Bethany leaving. Luann could pretty much not give a damn, so, nothing's changed there. Luann, remember last season when she was in dire straits and she needed help? She had called Bethany for help, and Bethany was there for her. Luann and Bethany have had a crazy past together. Their relationship is on and off, on and off, on and off. So I think at first when I found out that Bethany wasn't going to be on, I was a little bit sad because Bethany always brings the heat. She tells you exactly how she feels. She doesn't sugarcoat anything. And I thought, man, the season might be a little bit boring without Bethany. But have no fear, honey. These girls are here and they are filling up your screen with plenty to look at, plenty to talk about, and plenty to laugh about. So this season, I think, is going to be great. They move on to Luann, who you can see coming out of the courtroom. It turns out that she is finally off probation, and I am super excited for her because that was just a lot for Luann. I mean, checking into probation every week, Luann, Countess, is not ready for all that. That was a lot for her. In between all of her cabaret work, she didn't have time to be checking in and blowing into that breathalyzer machine. Anyway, so her and Sonja grab some coffee and sit down and have a little conversation. And I am team Sonja with this. Sonja let her know, you went through your situation and all of a sudden it was like you forgot your friends. You started treating us like we work for you. She was all about her cabaret, her probation, her ex-husband. And that's true. I love Luann. Luann is my girl, okay? I am always team Luann. Giovanni, okay? But last season, Luann was a lot to deal with. It was all about Luann 24/7. Come to my cabaret. Oh, somebody passed away. Too bad. But my cabaret, it was always about her. So, you know what, Luann? This season, I need you to pipe down, okay? Money can't buy you class, and nobody knows that like you. Okay. Tinsley is back, and it turns out she's the one who introduces us to the new housewife, Leah. And I can tell you, normally when there is a new housewife, I am always looking at them with the side eye, wanting to know, why the hell are you on our show? I'm used to all these regular girls, but for the very first time out of all the housewife shows that I watch, out of all the seasons that I have seen, this is the very first brand new housewife that I have taken to instantly. Leah is my kind of girl. Leah and Tinsley sit down and have a little conversation, and Tinsley says that her and Scott are off now. Okay, so her and Scott are on a break right now because we all know that her and Scott are now engaged. They could possibly be married by now, but I don't keep up on that. So anyway, that relationship is another one of those on and off, on and off, on and off. So she lets her know that she's currently dating a man named Bruce who has 3 children and 2 ex-wives. That's a lot going on, Bruce. But anyway, Bruce is none of our business. So she also said that she went to China, brought back 2 gorgeous little puppies. They were so pretty. And she's got a new eyelash line. So Tinsley is doing her own thing. She's trying to live her life as a grown-up, which is really hard kind of to see Tinsley as a grown-up. She kind of just seems like a perpetual teenager, right? Anyway, I like Tinsley. So anyway, she's talking to Leah, and Leah tells her that she is single now because her current boyfriend, they went on this beautiful trip to France, and on the way back, she asked him about his divorce. Okay, did you do the same thing as I did? Oh, he's married? Okay, I'm not one to judge, no. So anyway, the man told her that his divorce was on hold. Okay, and she said
on the flight home, I was like, what's going on with your divorce? And he was like, it's on hold. And I was like, my pussy's on hold too.
See why I like her? I absolutely love her. That is my kind of girl. So your divorce is on hold, so is my stuff. Okay. No, sir, you won't be getting any of this until you get a divorce. I am all for that. They move on to Dorinda, which I was happy to see. And then I instantly realized a few weeks ago I made my favorite housewife videos from all the franchises that I watch. And I absolutely forgot Dorinda. And when I thought about it, it really hurt my feelings because I love Dorinda. Remember when she was like, "Not well, bitch"? I mean, how could you not love her? She makes it nice. I mean, who could not love Dorinda? I am so sorry that I forgot to add her to my list. So right now, I'm telling you, right now, she's on my list. Do you give a damn? Probably not. But anyway, she's on my list. So it turns out that she is still with John. Are we happy about that or no? Put that down in the comments. I don't know. Get the conversation started. So anyway, she's still with John. She's got her new apartment. She's comfortable there. And she is happy for Luann getting off probation. However, John said a lot of people are on and off probation. Pretty much who gives a damn? And so I'm kind of with him as well. I love Luann. I'm great. I'm happy she's off of the probation. But in the big scheme of things, who gives a damn? Ramona is back and she is still the same. I have to tell you, Ramona is not one of my favorites. But anyway, she's back to herself, always center of attention, always about her. She meets up with a group of her girlfriends out at the bar, and the next thing you know, she is crying and acting crazy. And my thought was, the two men standing next to her while she's having this small conniption fit, they never turned around. They continued their conversation. As if this woman wasn't having a breakdown right next to them. I don't think I could. I would definitely have to stare at it as if she was a train wreck.
Never be alone. I've never
I want a man to hold me, to love me, to want me, to be with me. And I don't know if I'll ever find it.
You will find it. I promise.
Ramona, I know that she was married for 22 years, and it must be sad to not, roll over every night and not be next to the man that you love, or some man, honey. Any man will do sometimes, okay? So, but still, you are out with a group of people in a restaurant. Not the time, and not the place. Cut it out, Ramona. Now comes for the most disturbing moment of the program. So Ramona goes over to visit Sonja, and Ramona brings her dog. And Sonja's dog has attacked Ramona's dog the entire time they were there. I could hardly concentrate on the conversation because I was worried about her dog. I mean, was anybody else worried about the dog? I mean, they are dogs, and dogs have the sex, but still, I felt that it was forced. Anyway, Sonja was over there having a little bit of empty nest syndrome, and I laughed just a little because she said, well, even when she was in boarding school, she stopped by. She came home every once in a while. Really? Okay. I was thinking to myself, if my kid lived at boarding school and came by every once in a while, how big of a difference is it if they go off to college? Because you're going to be, living at the college, and then you're going to come by once in a while. Seemed like the same thing to me, but I could be wrong. Put that down in the comments. Am I wrong about that? Am I being hard on Ramona? I realize that you can miss your kid. When my son moves off and goes to college, I'm going to cry like a baby for 2 weeks. But after the 2 weeks, I'm going to get my life, okay? I'm just saying. They move on to Dorinda, who is getting ready for her summer's end party. And I would like to formally go ahead and nominate Dorinda for the Queen of Shade NYC, okay? The woman is absolutely dropping bombs.
Not that the other girls don't throw parties. Listen, Sonja, you never know what you're going to get. Luann, there's always some sort of ticket booth at the front. Ramona always has the same 30 people with the same facelifts and the same dresses on. And Tinsley, who would she invite?
See what I mean? It seems to me that Dorinda and Tinsley have not made up. And I don't feel like they're going to make up because later in the evening, Tinsley tried to sit down and breeze by their tension, have a little conversation, ask her if it was possible that they could go out, have a little lunch, an afternoon lunch in a bright public place where people have to be civilized. Okay. Nope. Dorinda was not having any of that. She said, you are not about to sail by this situation. She goes in on Tinsley pretty much and explains to her that I just saw you in January, and then the next week you were out with Scott. And I thought, okay, bitch, why do you care? First of all, what was Tinsley supposed to do? Was she supposed to get on the phone and call Dorinda? Hey, Dorinda, I know that I'm in my 40s and all, and I also know that you're not my mama, but I'm going out with Scott today. Bitch, what? Okay, so she tells Tinsley that she's not as transparent. She's not telling them everything. Okay, so you need to know all of my business. All of my business. You need to know who's paying for what, because she seems that Tinsley gets a lot of things for doing a lot of things. You know what I mean? Allegedly. And I don't think that that's any of Dorinda's business. If Dorinda and John are not paying for anything in Tinsley's life, they should shut the hell up. Listen, if you want to be my friend, but I don't have to tell you by ins and outs of everything in my life. I think Dorinda was doing too much. So Tinsley gets upset because she feels like Dorinda is calling her a liar. Dorinda pretty much is calling her a liar, and she is absolutely fed up with Tinsley not telling her everything. She feels like Tinsley is not real. She is fake, okay? So then later on in the evening, Dorinda tells Tinsley that kindergarten is starting and they're waiting for you. So pretty much you a baby, bitch. So, because Tinsley and her were going back and forth. There was a lot of back and forth, that little preschool, high school, middle school type stuff. So then Leah says that Dorinda is like Beetlejuice, except for she's meaner and scarier. And listen, honey, Dorinda was not playing any games. She was speaking very clearly.
Don't my heel got stuck, honey. A little big. Yeah, my heel got stuck. Well, the difference is, honey, I bought them.
Yeah.
I didn't have to lay on my back for them. I didn't have to lay on my back for them.
You are just...
I bought them.
Oh, my God. You're a jealous bitch.
Now, honey. Dorinda needs to start saying allegedly after all her insults. Just allegedly, girl, before you get sued. I mean, that was rude. It really was. And did you see their faces? They were like, what? I mean, personally, I would have probably laughed out loud right then, but that wouldn't have been right. No. But this isn't about me. No. Also at the party, Dorinda hired somebody to lip sync Feeling Giovanni, and all the girls went crazy, especially Ramona, doing way too much. And Leah says, who is Giovanni? What is Giovanni? She had to Google it to figure it out, and girl, okay. So it turns out that Leah and Luann have a lot in common. Okay, Leah, when she drinks too much, she acts out. She gets in trouble. And so does Luann. So Leah tells Luann that she got arrested because she assaulted a cop when she was drunk. And Luann said, oh, me too. Okay, look at them. That is a bonding moment. Luann has a new friend. But this is the thing. Leah says that when she assaulted her cop by throwing a half-empty water bottle at his back, he pounded her face into these grates 3 times and knocked her teeth out. She ended up suing the cops and got $75,000. She took that $75,000 and started her clothing line, which turns out has been very successful for her. So, hey, Leah, go ahead, girl. And your teeth look great. So, here's my question. Later in the episode, Ramona has a guy that's there that she dated at some point, a younger fellow. Then Sonja decides that since Ramona has taken men from her before, she's going to try to sleep with this man. And my thing is, listen, there has got to be tons upon tons of dick in New York. Why do these women have to share dick? Like, why do they pass the dicks around? Like, why do you have to sleep with the same dudes? It's like, oh my gosh. What? No. Everybody should have their own individual dicks. I'm just saying. Cut it the hell out. Sonja was throwing herself at that man so desperately. It was like, hey, you know, if you take me home, you're gonna get the sex. I mean, she was just outright blatant with it. Girl, it's good to see that Sonja is still the same. I love Sonja. And where is that toaster oven? Anyway, this season is going to be fire. I can just tell. And if you want to roll with me throughout the season, please hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. And until next time, bye.